2 items or not 2 items?
Fun fact, Hamlet with a skull and to be or not to be are often paired together, but to be or not to be happens in Act 3, and the skull isn't until Act 5. The more you know.
That is the question. The idea of items in the Super Smash Bros. Universe is pretty hotly debated. Competitive players don't use items at all, and to be brutally honest, I completely agree with them. They're way too chaotic for a competitive game. However, if you're playing alongside friends, the items are what turn the game from a multiplayer fighting game to an all-out party and an awesome time. So with the upcoming Smash Bros. Games getting closer and closer, I'm taking today to list my top 10 personal favorite items that have appeared across the Smash Bros. Universe.
Number 10. The bumper. I know what you're thinking. What? A bumper? This lame thing? Doesn't it just bounce stuff around? While you would be correct for the most part, this thing launches at impact. It doesn't do much damage once sent, but that original bumper takeoff with a smash throw is a thing of beauty. It's honestly terrifying how good this item is for how harmless it looks. Plus, in Smash Bros. 64, you can use a small platform and Fox to use this glitch for maximum damage. To yourself. For reasons. Number 9. The Warp Star. Used by Kirby to fly throughout space, the Warp Star looks innocent enough. But in Smash Bros, using the Warp Star to launch into the air and dive bomb your opponents is so much fun. One of my favorite things about the Warp Star is that you aren't forced to bomb down right where you take off. You can actually control where you land to an extent by tilting on the control stick. Just be careful on how long you hold that control stick down. Number 8. The Beam Sword. What list would be complete without the Beam Sword? There's not much to say about it. It's basically a lightsaber. Lightsabers are awesome, therefore the Beam Sword is awesome. It's also especially sick when you give it to someone who already uses a sword. Your smash attack becomes the mind-blowing double sword swing that would make even Anakin Skywalker jealous. Number 7. The Cloaking Device. The Cloaking Device is available as an item in just one Smash Bros. Game, Melee. The item does 2 amazing things. For one, it makes you pretty much invisible to both you and your opponents, outside of occasional flickering like glitches in the Matrix. And 2, you actually can't take damage during the 10 seconds that this thing is activated. You can fall off the edge if you lose track of where you are, but your percentage won't ever increase. So you might be wondering, why was this sweet item never given to another Smash Bros. Game? Likely because, despite not saying it outright, this game is clearly based off the Cloaking Device in the rare created Nintendo 64 title, Perfect Dark. Shortly after Smash Bros. Melee, Rare was bought out by Microsoft, taking their incredible exclusive franchises with them. So now you'll never get the Cloaking Device, Joanna Dark, or Banjo-Kazooie in Smash. And you know what? That's extremely depressing. This was supposed to be a fun video, and now I'm really sad. Number 6. Dragoon. Alright, back to Kirby items. I'm not sad anymore. When the Dragoon was revealed, it was unlike any other Smash Bros. Item at the time. Just like Kirby Air Ride, the most underrated game of all time, you have to collect 3 pieces to activate the ship. That in itself becomes a crazy minigame within your fight, where you're trying to defeat any opponent that happens to be splitting parts with you. Get all 3, and you transform into the Dragoon and enter first person, with the power of a swift one-hit KO if you connect with the standing opponent. Sakurai just recently announced that another 3-part weapon, Daybreak from Kid Icarus, is coming in Smash Bros. 4, and I'm all for it. The concept of hunting down multiple parts for the ultimate weapon is unique and crazy fun. Number 5. The Homerun Bat. It's broken, it's feared, but one thing is certain, the Homerun Bat commands respect. Just what does the Homerun Bat do, you might ask? That. If it connects on a smash attack, it's a one-hit KO. You're gone, GG, QQ. The wind-up swing for a home run is a little slow, but the payoff is huge. Smash Bros. Understood the joy of launching an opponent with a bat so much that it even implemented a mode where you stand and launch the sandbag with it.
Even though sometimes you can just punch it farther than the bat.
Oh yeah, and the bat also deals high damage when thrown, like over 20% with sizable knockback. The bat's a beast. Number 4. The Bobomb. Speaking of strong thrown items, the Bobomb is arguably one of the strongest. But it's not just strength that makes the Bobomb such a great item. It's risk. When picked up and thrown, the Bobomb provides a massive explosion, detonating your opponent in its fiery radius. But there's a catch. Leave him on the ground too long, and he'll gain a mind of his own, walking with the lit views and exploding if anyone so much as touches him. Ultimately, some of the most exciting items in Smash Bros. Are high risk, high reward, and you only get a few moments to take the Bobomb for yourself before he goes suicidal. And it's a blast. Whether you throw him, or he throws you.
Number 3.
The Super Scope. First things first, I partially love the Super Scope because it's an actual thing in real life. For the same reason I love Rob as a character because he was an actual toy first, the Super Scope was also a toy. The Super Nintendo equivalent of the NES Zapper. The Super Scope is baller. You have two options. Fire a constant stream of machine gun pellets that keep your opponent trapped, or charge up a Mega Shot that has serious KO potential at full power. There are other ranged weapons in the Smash Bros. Universe, but the Super Scope is the one to rule them all.
Number 2.
The Hammer. The Hammer is something else. For many, it was really the first video game item we ever encountered, way back on Donkey Kong in the arcade. And Smash Bros. 64 captured the power of the hammer very well. Maybe even too well. With no real drawback, the hammer blasts an opponent away for massive damage with every swing. As a player without the hammer, you just have to run and pray you're on a stage big enough to avoid it. In later Smash Bros. Games, there are a few new ways to balance the threat of the hammer. Sometimes, the hammerhead falls off, leaving you bouncing around like an idiot while your opponents get an extremely powerful projectile. Also, if you get launched while holding the hammer, you'll go spinning to your doom. Brawl also added the even more powerful Golden Hammer, but once again with great consequence. Sometimes, you'll get the squeaky Golden Hammer, a useless item that once again leaves you as a sitting duck. Like I mentioned with the Bobomb, one of the best aspects of fun Smash Bros. Weapons is risk and reward. And while it was great to brutalize your friends in the 64, it's even more fun watching the light die from their eyes as they realize they've doomed themselves.
Number 1.
Pokeball and Assist Trophy. I know I'm combining two items here, but they're essentially the same thing, so yeah. Props here really go to the Pokeball, which held its own exclusively for the most fun item in Smash Bros. For the first two games. Throw it to the ground, and you get a temporary Pokemon companion to fight for you in the middle of the battle. The variety is real. You might get the board-clearing Snorlax, or a Beedrill raid, or Goldeen, who just splashes for no damage.
Why isn't this a Magikarp?
You never know what you're gonna get, but one thing is certain. As soon as you see one of the red and white balls appear on the board, it's a mad dash for potential power. Realizing the popularity of the Pokeball, Smash Bros. Brawl gave us what was basically a second version of it in the Assist Trophy. Instead of releasing a Pokemon, the Assist Trophy drops a random Nintendo character to aid you in battle. It's a welcome addition, and just as fun as the original Pokeball.
The items of the Smash Bros. Universe are crazy, unpredictable, and ultimately, a ton of fun. If you guys had items that were in your own personal top 10, outside of my personal top 10, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to see which items you guys thought were the best, either in power or just in terms of overall fun. Once again, today's video was brought to you guys by Audible.com. They are just the sponsor of all sponsors. They've been incredible in supporting this show, helping me get you guys frequent content and high quality content, and so figured I'd let you guys know what they're up to. As always, Audible.com is the largest supplier of audiobooks in the world. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's a book that you can listen to either on your computer, on your iPod, wherever, sort of like listening to music, but much, much longer and possibly more intellectual, depending on what type of genre you like. We're still running the promotional code with Audible.com. You can go to audible.com/TheJWittz to try out Audible.com for free. You get a free audiobook from their vast collection to listen to and enjoy, and see if you like the service. For this month, for your free audiobook, I recommend The Ultimate History of Video Games by Stephen Kent. It is exactly what it sounds like. It was a great listen when I went through it, and it just analyzes the video games industry, starting from physical games like pinball, moving to Atari, then modern companies like Sony and Nintendo. I really think you guys will enjoy it, and if you do listen to it, be sure to let me know what you think, either in the comment section below or shoot me a message over on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. There are more top 10s and fact of the days and news videos and all kinds of crazy stuff coming to you guys soon. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated as quickly as possible. See you next video.